This is us up at Tar Barrel Moss, about to do part of the North Loop. We're here with Graham. We're having a socially distanced ride. At least 2 meters, Graham, is that right?
Yeah,
2 meters between us. 2.5 meters between us. So we're just going to do the best bit of the North Loop, which is from here. So basically, from the visitor centre, you just follow the forestry road up, turn right, go up to Horsebox Corner, and then follow the forestry road up, and it takes you to Tar Barrel Moss. And it misses out the bit. There's a big climb on the other side, and there are some little bits of interest, but this is the best bit of the north. So it's like, if you haven't got a lot of time and you want to come up here and do part of the north, this is good just to do this little bit here, because this is the best bits, I would say. Let's hope it's not too dark for the camera today. The trails are running well. We did South Loop the other day, which was good. There's quite a bit of gravel on bits of it though. I think just simply because it's not had the usual traffic coming through that it normally gets. Obviously, with this being what, week 7, week 8 of lockdown. Week 8, so we just eased the lockdown this week, which is why Graham's tagging along, socially distanced 2 meters. It's always nice this bit here where you get out into out of the forest into a bit of open country. And there's a nice little bit of flowing single track coming up here, which flows really nicely. There were some kids in here that had been doing some digging during the lockdown, and the Forestry Commission were not happy about it. This bit here actually, it made a load of little jumps along here, which they've now knocked down. They were a bit silly actually. But there was a big article in the Keswick Reminder about it, about how dangerous it was and how naughty these kids were. I mean, really, they could have gone making, there's plenty of forest around here, they should have gone and done some off-piste track. They could have put their energies into. Rather than attempting to improve the Forestry Commission's work. Like all the Whinlatter though, it all runs really nicely. I mean, although there's like, I don't know what, I suppose if you stop for a cafe break in the middle, you've probably got enough stuff here to keep you busy. Well, enough of the official stuff to keep you busy for a day, maybe. Well, certainly 4 or 5 hours, depending on how. I mean, you can blast around north and south actually in a couple of hours, 2.5 hours if you really wanted to from the visitor centre. But you know, if you take your time a little bit with them and stop at the cafe for a cup of tea in the middle. And then there's a blue to do, which is, although it's only a blue, it is well worth the effort in my opinion. It's got some nice little flowy berms and things on it, so it's worth the effort. I often stall on that little climb. I don't get it right, I get the corner quite right. I managed it okay there, but I suppose it says something about my riding, especially on this big 29er. You have to work it around the corners a little bit more. I would say I'm maybe still not quite used to it yet. I mean, I've still got my SB5, which I still ride quite a lot. It's a bit maintenance hungry at the moment. I've just done the back wheel bearings, and now the free wheel hub bearings are knackered, which I probably should have done at the same time. And I ripped the derailleur off on this very section a while ago. Well, it ripped the hanger off and bent the derailleur. Anyway, I straightened the derailleur and put some bolts in it and things to hold it together. But actually it's not right, so I've had to bite the bullet and spend £85 on ordering a new one, which was quite painful really. Especially in lockdown when we haven't got much money, because I run an accommodation business with my wife and Trish, and obviously the coronavirus has buggered us really. I mean, we're just hoping that that we can get back into business again, maybe in July hopefully, if the government let us, and if people are allowed to travel. I mean, people are allowed to come to the Keswick for the day now, which is great. You can come up and enjoy the trails, but we're still not allowed to, people aren't allowed to stay overnight or go to the holiday homes or whatever. I mean, our accommodation is all self-catering, so it's not really a problem as far as meeting people and all the rest of it's concerned, because we use key safe stuff. So I think we should be able to, as soon as they let people stay away from home, be able to open again. And obviously my mountain bike guiding business I was going to start, obviously that's fallen flat on its face, because I was going to start that in April, and we've just been on lockdown since then, so hopefully another month or two and maybe I can see if that takes off. Do you want to go in front or not?
No, you go. I'm going to be holding up.
You won't be holding us up, man, Graham.
I'm getting cursed at.
You what, Chris, Graham, have I cursed at you?
Cursed at on camera.
Have I cursed at you? Oh. You're dawdling? I don't think so. I thought you might have been able to give me some action. This is another really fun section. I think there's a bit of moisture coming in there. Fresh air corner there. You see how this is, as I said, they've already done all this, so it's, mind you, it's already starting to get a lot of braking bumps in it. This bit here used to be absolutely horrendous for braking bumps, but they've done this whizzy chicane stuff here, which is interesting to say the least. and into that tight bend at the end. It used to be horrible for brake. You used to come down there and you had to try and brake for that corner and you were getting bounced all over the place. I suppose if you have a bike with good suspension like this one, it's not so bad. You ever watch the Hope video with Adam Braith and he doubles those? It's quite entertaining to watch. And that is the best bits of the North Loop, I reckon. French line. And now we're going to do seldom seen back down to Fawnthwaite as our descent today. I think we did Grisdale Pike when we did South Loop a couple of days ago, so we're going to do this for a change. So now we're going to do the first section of the red and drop down to seldom seen. You want me to go in front, Graham? You just don't want to be on camera, do you? Have you gone all shy? I tend to lose my speed on that little corner there of that tree root. And he's right behind me. You're supposed to keep 2 meters away, Graham. Have you not heard of social distancing? There's always an awkward little turning there. And then wide bars, always a problem there. Mind you, these are 800s and I can get them through no bother, so. And this is the seldom seen descent. The bridleway, you've got to turn right along the road here, and the bridleway drops down round there, but it's quite fun. There's a bit of footpath here, but it does say no cycling, but it does actually become a bridleway after a short section. If you want to do the bridleway, your best option is just to go down the blue and and it could come out and go straight up, back up the forestry road, and then you can pick up the bridleway. That's the best way if you want to avoid this section of footpath here. And as long as you're careful and you give way to pedestrians and stop at the walkers on the path, I don't think it's a big issue. This is the bridleway here, just on our right, joins on there. There's a nasty gutter here, which I managed to pinch flat on this. I don't know if it's this one here, or it might be this one here, I'm not sure. I think it's the one before there. I pinched flatted on it last time I came down here, so I was just being exceptionally careful. It's quite a regular spot to stop and fix flat tyres. We'll see if Graham gets one. Were you being careful, Graham? I was being ultra careful on that gutter because I got a pinch flat here the other week when I came down.
I lifted over it.
And I put a new tube in, and when I got this bike out yesterday, the bloody brand new tube had a split in it near the valve, so it had gone fucking down again. So it's an expensive trip out, 2 tubes.
Yeah.
Right, let's do this little bit. This is a nice section here. So this is Power Bridle Way. Takes you down to Thornthwaite. It's quite a fast descent. You have to be careful because you do get quite a lot of dog walkers, and you get actually a lot of seepage, and this becomes very slippy here down these rocks usually. You can see it's still quite wet here, even though it's been dry forever. You just have to watch that and watch this road here for get a bit of air there. Starts to be out there, so you have to watch it. Laughing. I've been getting doofed in the shin there by a rock, which almost hit me in the face. Pretty good. And this is the Thornthwaite.
Nice one.
So that's the riding over, but it's a nice little descent down from Whinlatter. And now we have a small road section which takes us down to the road back to Braithwaite.